Welcome to Storyflix. In this video, we will explain Jinx. This series tells the story of an ordinary student who is cursed with an unlucky jinx. Every time he sneezes, things go exactly the opposite of what he hopes, forcing him into unfortunate situations in his daily life. However, despite his supernatural bad luck, he still romantically chooses to pursue his one-sided crush, believing that there's nothing he can't achieve if he just tries his hardest. Will the unlucky Jinx actually be an advantage or continue to harm him? Let's find out in Jinx. Jinx begins with a man who just woke up in his apartment room. The man named Kyu Han looks to have a nerd appearance, complete with glasses and a neat shirt that he always wears. In addition to his appearance, he also seems to have a lot of sneezing. Interestingly, every time Kyu Han sneezes, he always has bad luck. Like this time, he had just got out of the apartment, and when he sneezed, suddenly a motorbike crossed a puddle that hit his shirt. Despite experiencing various misfortunes, Kyu Han is still excited to go through the day. It turns out that this is because he likes his classmate in college, Chan Mi. He often admires Chan Mi through photos he has on his cell phone. When Kyu Han looks through his cell phone, he finds out that Chan Mi's birthday is near. For that, he planned to buy a gift of a branded bag at an expensive price for the girl. For this reason, Kyu Han is increasingly working part-time. He intends to raise a lot of money to buy the bag for Chan Mi. Long story short, thanks to his hard work, Kyu Han managed to collect money and buy the bag. Then he gave the bag to Chan Mi. But it was not a happy ending for Kyu Han. Kyu Han's own life hasn't changed much. While working part-time with Kyu, a beautiful girl who became his co-worker, Kyu Han suddenly sneezed. As usual, after sneezing, bad luck will happen to him. This time the bad luck was in the form of an exhaust device that came off when Kyu Han was about to fix it. So he and Kyu were fired from the job. While in class, Kyu Han greets the newly arrived Chan Mi but gets ignored. Chan Mi doesn't seem to care about Kyu Han, which makes him think of his nerd-like appearance. At that time, Kyu Han then saw Chan Mi giving the bag he gave to Min Cool, a handsome and popular man on campus. Kyu Han's friend shows how Min Cool is always surrounded by girls during recess. This made Kyu Han even more desperate. He then became aware that nothing would change the situation, no matter how hard he tried. Kyu Han was really feeling down, so he decided to go drinking alone after college. At that moment, unexpectedly, Kyu, who was working at the place, saw Kyu Han but decided not to approach him. After being happy drinking, Kyu Han went to go home. But outside, he accidentally saw Min Cool kissing a woman in the car. The sight made Kyu Han even sadder, thinking about his unlucky fate. He sat down on the sidewalk and started crying. Meanwhile, from a distance, Kyu seems to be observing Kyu Han. At first she wanted to approach him to return the things he had left behind, but after seeing his condition, Kyu decided to watch him from afar. Kyu Han's sadness has not gone away, and he returns home in a lethargic state. Once inside the house, Kyu Han was surprised to see a middle-aged man sitting on the sofa with a hooded jacket covering his face. When he saw that Kyu Han had gone home, the man opened the hood of his jacket and Kyu Han recognized the man as his uncle, Kyu. Kyu Han was originally about to kick Kyu out, but he stopped his intention when Kyu talked about the curse that had been passed down through the generations in the family. Kyu then explained that the sneezing that Kyu Han had experienced so far caused bad luck and could also reverse his words and wishes. His uncle then warned Kyu Han to be careful if he wanted to use the curse. If he used it more than a reasonable limit, then Kyu Han can have bad luck or reversal without even needing to sneeze first. The next day, Kyu goes to Kyu Han to return the ATM card he left behind when drinking last night. When they were already talking on the park bench, Kyu revealed that she saw Kyu Han crying last night. At that time, Kyu suddenly came and grabbed Kyu Han's hand to follow him. Apparently Kyu took him to the salon to improve his appearance. He hoped that after that his nephew's appearance would no longer be like a nerd. When he returned to campus, Kyu Han still continued to approach Chan Mi. Only this time, he asked Chan Mi to meet and talk to him. He even calls Chan Mi and begs her to see him. They finally meet in the backyard of the campus, and Kyu Han asks if it's true that the bag she gave to someone else. Unexpectedly, Chan Mi admitted that she had given the bag to Min Cool. Kyu Han is getting more and more heartbroken and hopes that he will no longer like Chan Mi from then on. But right after saying that, Kyu Han suddenly sneezed. What happened next was unexpected. After Kyu Han sneezes, Chan Mi immediately comes to him and apologizes. She even seemed inseparable from Kyu Han and invited him to have dinner together. Upon returning home, Kyu Han tells Kyu that the curse really works. He then felt happy and began to live the days cheerfully. But Kyu Han apparently didn't stop there. After successfully getting Chan Mi close to him, he becomes increasingly using his sneezes to turn things around. Even he finally managed to make many friends and get good grades in class. All thanks to the reversal curse he uses when he sneezes. Time passed, Kyu Han and Chan Mi's relationship went smoothly. But uniquely, Kyu Han actually slowly loses feelings for her. One day, Kyu Han asks to meet Chan Mi and asks her not to like him anymore. Apparently there is a reason why Kyu Han's feelings for Chan Mi have changed. Kyu Han realizes that he has more feelings for Si-yeong. This time, he is even more convinced that his feelings for Si-yeong are more sincere than for Chan Mi. Kyu Han started trying to get close to Si-yeong. For that he then works part-time at the restaurant where Si-yeong works. Kyu Han works as a waiter at the restaurant and he does everything he can to get close to Si-yeong. But Si-yeong's attitude is always cold. Not only that, Si-yeong even often looks annoyed when Kyu Han approaches to help her. Despite getting a less positive response, Kyu Han did not bother. Apart from trying to get close to Si-yeong, he then repeatedly said the words would hate her. He hoped that things would turn around when he sneezed, just like what happened to Chan Mi. When he finally sneezes, Kyu Han is sure that Si-yeong's feelings for him will change. It's just that what happened was not as expected. Si-yeong still looks annoyed when Kyu Han tries to approach her. Kyu Han did not despair. He sneezed several times and kept asking the same thing, even though there was no change in Si-yeong's attitude towards him. This makes Kyu Han doubt whether the sneezing curse can't work on Si-yeong. The next day at the restaurant, Kyu Han ventured to ask Si-yeong about her feelings. He asks if she likes him. Si-yeong looked at Kyu Han with a strange look, then told him to quickly fill up the empty sauce bottle. She seemed to ignore Kyu Han's question at all. Time changes and the scene shifts when Kyu Han is at home. He suddenly gets a call from Min-kul, the most popular student in the class. Min-kul calls to take Kyu Han out for drinks with his friends. Kyu Han agreed, and they gathered at the restaurant where he and Si-yeong worked. When they see Si-yeong working as a waitress at the restaurant, Min-kul and other friends start making fun of her. They say that Si-yeong is actually a classmate, which surprises Kyu Han as he has never seen Si-yeong in class before. One of Min-kul's friends, Soo-jin, explains that Si-yeong is currently on leave from college. Then Soo-jin and the other friends started telling all the rumors they had heard about Si-yeong. One day, Si-yeong accidentally runs into Min-kul and his girlfriend at the park. The two of them were seen fighting, so Si-yeong approached him. After that, Si-yeong revealed Min-kul's true nature, which turned out to be a playboy. This irritates Min-kul, and he tries to grab Si-yeong's hand and pull her away to talk alone. Just at that time, Kyu Han suddenly came and grabbed Si-yeong's hand. Si-yeong began to tell all the real things about the rumors told by friends at the restaurant earlier. She revealed that she and Min-kul were dating, but they hid the relationship. Until one day, rumors about her being with men at the hotel spread on campus. Si-yeong tries to explain that she accidentally met the man, who is a professor at the campus, and then greeted him. Knowing that her friends don't believe her explanation, Si-yeong goes to Min-kul. She asks Min-kul to help explain to his friends because at that time, Si-yeong was actually at the hotel with Min-kul. Si-yeong then pulled Min-kul to meet their friends. But what happened was completely unexpected. Min-kul even denied Si-yeong's explanation, which made her become the target of her friends again. After telling this, Si-yeong intends to leave because she feels that it is enough to tell everything about Min-kul. But Kyu Han doesn't let go of her hand and says it's not over because Min-kul hasn't apologized yet. Right after that, Kyu Han sneezed, so things turned around and Min-kul knelt down to apologize to Si-yeong. Across the street, Chan Mi is seen filming all the events. The next day, the video recorded by Chan Mi apparently went viral. All of Min-kul's friends then apologized for the rumors that were spread. Meanwhile, because the video was widespread, Min-kul never went to college again. The scene changes again in the restaurant. One of the male customers asks Si-yeong if she already has a boyfriend. Si-yeong turned her head to Kyu Han then replied that she currently doesn't have a boyfriend, even though there is someone she likes. Kyu Han immediately approached Si-yeong and intended to ask about her words earlier. It's just that he remembers how Si-yeong used to ignore his question, so he didn't ask. But Si-yeong actually boldly says that he likes Kyu Han, which makes him very happy. That night, after the restaurant closed, Kyu Han and Si-yeong kissed. The next day, Kyu Han and Si-yeong go on a date. They eat cake together at the cafe then walk around until the evening. Before leaving, Kyu Han stops by a flower shop and buys a flower arrangement for Si-yeong. It's just that at that time Kyu Han saw Yeok-soo being beaten by a man. Yeok-soo runs away, and he apparently recognizes Kyu Han as Yeok-soo's nephew and intends to beat him. When Kyu Han was resigned to being beaten, Si-yeong came to take his hand and asked him to run away. They then hide in a narrow alley, and even though Si-yeong always holds his hand, Kyu Han is even worried about his uncle's words about the curse that has exceeded the limit. Days pass and Kyu Han notices a wound on his neck. When consulting with Yeok-soo, he explains that the only way to avoid the curse is to hate Si-yeong. Kyu Han felt he would never be able to hate her. While working together at a restaurant, Kyu Han tries to avoid Si Yeong in hopes that he will hate her. He dodged when Si Yeong tried to touch him and reasoned that he was sick when Si Yeong asked him out. After finding out that Kyu Han was sick, Si Yeong came to campus to deliver medicine. But at that time, Si Yeong saw Kyu Han talking to a girl. Kyu Han just realized there was a message from Si Yeong telling him that she was on campus. Right at that moment, Si Yeong approached him and handed over the medicine she had brought without much to say. Kyu Han feels guilty, and after Si Yeong leaves, he sends a message asking her to keep trusting him. The scene changes when Kyu Han and Si Yeong finally get back on a date at a cafe. Even then, Kyu Han didn't say anything. Si Yeong lures Kyu Han by saying that they have to be honest when they have certain feelings, but Kyu Han insists it's nothing. Finally, Si Yeong was annoyed and will leave the cafe. Just then someone bumped into her and spilled coffee on her shirt. Si Yeong panicked because she would have a job interview soon. Long story short, Si Yeong was late for the interview and felt very sad. Her sadness grew even more because Kyu Han pushed his hand away when Si Yeong was about to hold it. She finally left Kyu Han alone. At home, Kyu Han feels very sad and cries alone. He feels so devastated because he doesn't really want to act like that to Si Yeong but has no other choice. The next day, Kyu Han asks Si Yeong to meet him. They then meet in the park and Kyu Han tells everything to Si Yeong. He also apologized that they had been together all this time because of the curse that he had. Finally, Kyu Han says that he loves Si Yeong. Si Yeong listens to Kyu Han's explanation and only replies that she loves him too, sincerely from the bottom of her heart. She was sure the feeling wasn't from a curse. Kyu Han feels very touched and hugs Si Yeong. He hopes this can be the start of their better relationship in the future. After some time, Si Yeong finally returned to campus. On the first day back at college, she was greeted by friends. She also returned to the same class as Kyu Han, and they even sat next to each other. The Jinx series concludes with the scene of Kyu Han and Si Yeong sitting together on a swing at night. They look very happy and hand in hand. But not long after, the rain fell so hard that they had to run away so they wouldn't get rained on. Despite having bad luck, Kyu Han and Si Yeong did not let go of their hands. The moral message from this series is that the most sincere love from the heart will be able to break the curse. In addition, misfortune will still feel happy when spent with loved ones with love.